I want to start with tremendous praise out there for a 24-year veteran of the LA Police Department who said, Dion Joseph is his name. He requested a meeting with LeBron. Again, he's been working in the LA Police Department for 24 years. And he wrote this: Dear LeBron, I'm not going to come at you from a place of hatred. There will be no name calling. I was raised to see the whole of a human being, not to hyper-focus on their flaws or make said flaws the whole of who they are. I'm an honest man. What you do for children and other acts of charity shows a huge heart. You show to be a family man, and that's to be respected. You play for the team my family has cheered for since the 1960s and myself since 1979. But your current stance on policing is so off base and extreme. Your tweet that targeted a police officer in Ohio who saved a young woman's life was irresponsible and disturbing. It showed a complete lack of understanding of the challenge of our job in the heat of a moment. You basically put a target on the back of a human being who had to make a split-second decision to save a life from a deadly attack. A decision I know he and many others wish they never had to make, especially when it involves someone so young. Instead of apologizing, you deflected. You said you took your tweet down because you did not want it to be used for hate, when the tweet itself was the embodiment of hatred rooted in a lack of understanding of the danger of the situation. I don't know if this will ever reach you, but my hope is that one day I can sit down with you and talk. As a man of faith, I can have no hatred towards you, but I do feel I can help you understand the reality of the profession of policing and that there is another side you need to hear. You are tired of black folks dying, so am I. You hate racism and police brutality, so do I. But you cannot paint 800,000 men and women who are of all races, faiths, sexual orientations, and are also mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, preachers, coaches, community members, and just human with such a broad and destructive brush. Unlike some who have dug their heels in the belief that police are inherently evil, I think if you yourself actually sat down and had a real, honest, and open conversation with a cop, there is a strong chance you may discover we are not the monsters you have come to believe we are, who deserve the hate and disdain you have. And even if you come away feeling the same way, I could respect it, because at least you gave the other side your ear instead of only hearing one narrative. The offer is on the table, LeBron. No cameras, no fanfare, just two men who care talking. I know it's a long shot, but this division and hatred must stop. It's clear based on rising crime in marginalized communities that cops and the community need to build bridges to save lives on all sides. That cannot be done through the demonization of any group of people. Just putting it out in the universe, brother. Even if not me, please take the time to talk to a police officer instead of judging them. No shade. Thanks for all the positive things you do. Big time, major props to Los Angeles police officer Dion Joseph, a 24-year veteran serving his community, for that letter that I just read from him, addressed open letter to LeBron James based on what LeBron tweeted last week. Absolutely fantastic response. Perfect pitch. I doubt that LeBron will meet with him because what he said is true. LeBron has bought into the idea that all police are evil and that the only way to combat the racism is to suddenly be aligned against the police, even though the data all reflects, as LeBron would know if he actually studied this issue, that when you demonize police, the guaranteed outcome is the murder rate among black people skyrockets because the number of black, white, Asian, and Hispanic lives that police officers on our streets and in our communities save every single day is in the thousands, if not the tens of thousands over the course of a year. And we are seeing what's happening when you pull them back out of their community. So props to this officer. You can go read that full letter yourself up at Outkick. You can share it. But again, that's 24-year LAPD vet Dion Joseph with a fabulous letter that is written about up on Outkick and that I just read to all of you.